Expect them to feed the big down low and find his rhythm, at least for the first time in this ball game.
Parks, Bachman, Albano, Tiongson, and Ramos. Same starting five for Alab. Deguara back on the floor here for Hong Kong Eastern. He'll have to come out and challenge. Big boy three as the Hawk gets another triple to go.
And PJ Ramos starting the second half the same way he did the first, with a big three-pointer in Sam Deguara's face.
18 now on the night for PJ. Deguara, jumper, up and out. Here comes Albano, we'll leave it for Ray. Ray with the fake, step back, three-pointer on the way, no go.
Nice find there for Ethan Albano, attracting the defense, kicking it out on open Ray Parks.
Bassett with Parks on him, gets the switch. Now it's Albano, more manageable defender for O'Darian. That one goes short and behind the backboard.
Another tough jumper there for O'Darian Bassett, but we know he can hit those types of jumpers as we look at this jumper, this big jumper from the big guy down low, PJ Ramos.
Sam Deguara is there with Adam Shu, Leakey, O'Darian Bassett, and Marcus Elliott as the five for Hong Kong Eastern, as Ray Parks gets another deuce, this time off the offensive board. Deguara will try to back down PJ. That is not an easy task. It is rock meeting a hard place.
But again, that offensive putback by Ray Parks, you still have to commend PJ Ramos because he's a threat from the outside. Sam Deguara was forced to step out and challenge that shot, which meant an open field for the offensive rebounders of Team Alab Pilipinas, led by, of course, Ronaldo Balkman and Ray Parks.
Ju over to Bassett. Bassett with some daylight. O'Darian knocks down the 16-footer.
Finally, an open jumper there for O'Darian Bassett, and hitting it from 15 feet. That may be the jumper where he will find his confidence and rhythm here in the second half.
Yongson to Ramos, another three. Ringless but not the good kind this time for PJ.
And Coach Jimmy Lapag asking his players to pass the ball around and find for the best shot possible, as Ronaldo Balkman hasn't really had the basketball here to start the second half. And a little too much from Kalen Chongson there, trying to pressure the basketball from the backcourt.
Well, in Liga speak, medyo manipis. The referee is calling it a little tighter to start the second half. Elliott uses the pick from Deguara. Elliott pulls up from three, knocks it down, and Marcus Elliott trying to get himself into a rhythm. Let's go to Denise Dinsay, who's courtside with us. Go ahead, Denise.
If there's one thing that's different from PJ Ramos, it's definitely his swagger. Now, the Alab Pilipinas center has never been more aggressive in defense and boxing out more than tonight. And PJ admitted that the loss did shock everyone up. Now, it's all about improvement, though it's still an effort. And if there's one takeaway from the loss, it's definitely smart and steady over blind hustle. More in the fourth quarter. Nico and Mikey.
Thanks a lot, Denise. A wasted opportunity for Hong Kong Eastern on the fast break, as Alab Pilipinas on the secondary try on defense, able to get a stop, able to draw a foul as Kalen Tiongson drew one on Lee Key. Parks underneath, and Ray gets a clear path to the basket.
Ray Parks putting the team on his back in that possession, attacking the basket with reckless abandon, finding his sweet spot, his lefty lay-in, and converting the two.
Elliott, another three. This one won't go. Ethan with a pull down. Ethan looking up. Ethan finds Johnson. They kick it out. Balkman for three. Short. And Ray has that one slip through his fingertips.
Would have brought the house down for Ronaldo Balkman.
And UC VIP row as Our guests in attendance include Chris Ross, Sean McCarthy right next to him. Sir Don Monteverde is here. The mayor of Santa Rosa, Mayor Dan Fernandez, is here, as well as Alab Pilipinas' birthday boy, Mr. Charlie D. 11-point game now. 51-40. Foul away from the ball. It'll stay Alab's side. That's going to go on Lee Key, if I'm not mistaken.
A little acting job there for Ronaldo Balkman. Fishing for that foul from Lee Key. Or maybe a foot shorter than him.
Parks to Balkman. McKalen underneath, drops it off for PJ. Ramos squeezes through, won't go. That's 4 fouls now on Sam Deguara, as that miss turns out to be a blessing in disguise.
And more importantly, other than the basket, other than the end one, is this foul. An obvious foul there for Sam Deguara. 4 fouls.
He squeaked through, did PJ. And he had an open look at that first try. Was wide open, missed it. Got the offensive rebound. Turned out to be a good thing for him because, well, it's an extra rebound. Same 2 points. And Deguara actually got whistled for his 4th personal. He's 1 away from calling it an evening here in Laguna. Bassett got away. So shifty with that dribble. Him and Marcus Elliott. Just so difficult to contain. That handle package on both of them, very impressive.
But still, the length of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is shown on the defensive side as PJ Ramos thought about.
And you know, Ronaldo Balkman's gonna want to attack. Ray for 3.
And this is the result of being aggressive right from the get-go. Talking about Ray Parks, only 5 points in the whole game against Malaysia. 7 points in the first half here today. And he is continuing his offensive onslaught here in the second half.
That's 19 points now for Ray Parks.
That was 12 in the first half, 19 right now, 7 in the third so far.
57-40. We'll stay here as there's going to be a foul. That's going to be Domingo, who has just checked in.
And Coach Edu Torres again gambling, leaving Sam Deguara on the floor with 4 right now, 4 personal fouls.
Deguara underneath. They go to the corner. Shu dumps it off. Sam looking for the clock. Will turn, will fade, will miss. Balkman full court. Domingo catches up to it. Like a wide receiver on the run. Here's Ramos. Steps out for 3 again. Won't go, and Domingo with the activity gets a foul on the loose ball try.
And again, PJ Ramos with a 3-point attempt. Sam Deguara challenges the shot, leaving the paint wide open for Lawrence Domingo for that offensive rebound. Another shot at it for Alab.
Edu Torres has seen enough. He'll whistle for time. We'll be back with more. Mikey, get ready for your close-up because the Pacute cam is on. And you are #1 on the list of attendees in the venue that fit the description. There's nothing cute, though, about the production of Ray Parks and PJ Ramos so far in this game.
Again, Ray Parks, 12 points in the first half. Ramos with 15 on his own. But here in this third quarter, more of the same, 7 points for Ray Parks and 6 for PJ.
that's 19 and 21 in total. PJ leading the way here for all scorers as Josh Orbistondo has now checked in. By the way, we want to send out a special thank you to Mr. Jensen Cadasio of Sunset Flip for our aerial shots that we've used in the broadcast here today. We appreciate it. Ramos puts it on the floor. Balkman, corner three, why not?
And Balkman joins the show, hitting that corner triple, a smile on his face. A 20-point lead here for Alab in Santa Rosa.
Marcus almost threw it away. Deguara against PJ. Ramos will let him shoot that one, and PJ gets it in quickly. Here's Ronaldo Balkman. He's looking to go out to Joshua Bistondo, who'll miss a three.
Still a perfect setup there from Ronaldo Balkman, finding the fireball in the same corner where he hit a triple just a few seconds ago.
Here's Lau off the bench, will miss the three. The pass telegraphed. Balkman has it tapped. That's going to be a personal foul as Chanshu Wing has some thoughts on the call, but the referee says that's going to be another team foul for them, which means they're over the limit and they'll start shooting free throws, talking about Alab Pilipinas.
And Coach Edu Torres sends Bassett back in, trying to find the perfect combination to cut into this lead as Balkman will take 2 free throws. A chance to extend this lead back to 20 points.
Well, Mikey, whatever combination it is that Coach Edu's looking for, it's got to have his 3 key guys on the floor all together. He's forced to stagger Bassett and Elliott now purely out of fatigue purposes. But their best chance of coming back here is going to be from their best offensive guys, their best athletes. Bassett, whenever Elliott can come back, and however long Sam Deguara can stay on the floor with those 4 personals.
And Bassett and Elliott haven't really found that consistent rhythm that they had in their last win.
Here's Bassett, Lil Hezzy to the cup, no go. No. Over to Josh. They go down low to Lawrence. PJ faked the 3. PJ stepped in and Ray Parks goes streaking to the basket.
And we saw that in the first half, the vision of PJ Ramos. Ray Parks with a perfect backdoor cut as Bassett goes all the way to the basket. For that end one.
63 to 44, a 19-point lead. And how big has it been that PJ Ramos has hit 3s in this one? He's missed a bunch of them as well, but Hong Kong seems to be unwilling to let him shoot any open ones, and him either firing from there or them closing out has led to open lanes underneath. Ball is loose. Wing catches up with it. Balkman stalking, and Wing gets a 3-point play opportunity. Caught Ronaldo Balkman in a bad spot. Balkman was ready to let him go.
Fearless drive there for Wing, using his body to protect the basketball against Ronaldo Balkman. Getting that basket and the free throw to boot. What a way to finish the break for Wing.
This is what you're watching out for if you're Coach Jimmy Alapag. You've opened up a 20-piece McNugget on this team. It's now down to 16 with 2:33 here in the 3rd period. You want to be able to step on the throats a little bit and make sure that you blow this game open and not make it any more competitive in that 4th period. Balkman for 3 will miss. Hong Kong can shave off the lead again. Here's Bassett. O'Darian Easy breezy on the jumper, but back rimmed it. Josh to PJ, they close out hard, they leave a better shooter open, and Ray Parks can't get them to pay. Ball is loose, ball is out of bounds, it will go to Eastern, but it baffles me, Mikey, as Jimmy calls a timeout. Their unwillingness to let PJ shoot at the expense of leaving better shooters open. It's a 16-point lead. We have 1:48 to play after this timeout. A healthy crowd here in Santa Rosa as we go down south for this Alab Pilipinas home game. It's a tough part of the schedule for Alab, Mikey, and already they've felt the effects of it in that loss in their last game.
Well, it's a 4-game stretch all in 7 days for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. It started in Cebu against the CLS Knights, and then they went to Malaysia where they suffered their first loss of the season. They went back here in the Philippines going up against Hong Kong, but I believe they're going to Taipei tomorrow morning, so a tough schedule ahead, or they are in one of the toughest stretches of the season, talking about Alab Pilipinas.
That's why, if you're a Lapag, you want to make sure you get as many of your reserves in for as long a period of time as possible in that fourth period. You want to make sure your starters and your core guys don't mess around too much here in those last minute 27. Well, excuse me there, Mr. Brady. That's PJ Ramos. Pretty much told Lodo to go long, go deep, and run post.
That's what you call a baseball pass coming from PJ Ramos. Literally, it looks like a baseball when he's handling the basketball with one hand.
Ray gets the drive. Ray attacking Sam Deguara's 4 fouls. Parks taps it away, and it'll go back to Hong Kong Eastern.
That was smart for Sam Deguara, not really challenging the shot, just putting his hands up enough to distract Ray Parks from that layup.
I mean, if you're that big, you really should never even bother to jump.
Let's do it all together, Alab fans. Defense!
Two-man game. Wing and Sam. Wing for 3. The defender was right there still as it goes out. And PJ Ramos is gonna trying to ask for a foul.
And the pesky defense of Josh Urbistondo making it tough for Wing to see the rim on that 3-pointer. And the same way that San Miguel is trying to get Deguara out of the paint, Hong Kong is using PJ Ramos as a ball screen defender to get him out of the paint as well.
Domingo with a spin. Oh, Lodo got away!
Lodo showing us the moves with that spin and that deuce.
Elliott taking the contact, meeting Ray Parks upstairs, and then adjusting mid-air to get the score off the bank.
And that's a big boy move there from Marcus Elliott, the athleticism and the concentration to convert against Ray Parks.
Ramos to Domingo with another spin! Two twisters in a row for Domingo. Bassett at the buzzer will leave that one short, and it will be an 18-point lead that Alab Pilipinas carries with them into the final period of this home game against the visiting Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. Final period when we return.